Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth Weimiller, and it's almost November as I record this. So there you go. Like we are already into a new month of 2024, which is month number 11, which means we're almost through 2024 and we survived. We made it. We made it through all the craziness so far almost. Almost. I will say November is going to be a bit of a challenge. So just take the time right now, pull on your patience pants, because that's what's going to be required. It's interesting. I was at a meeting the other day and I heard, you know, a guy talking, and he was talking about how if you are not growing, you are rotting. And I completely agree with him. So remember, everything is about growth. We're all on this journey of growth through life. Um, and the choice is yours. Do you want to grow or do you want to rot? So keep that in mind, because that's your option right now. I do see that November looks like it could be a month that could be filled with challenges, turmoil, a bit of unrest, and it may leave some of you feeling a little anxious or maybe struggling in relationship issues. So just be graceful, give yourself grace, be graceful with yourself. Doesn't really make sense, but give yourself grace. Take that time, take the time to step away, take the time away from media, take the time away from technology, get out in nature, meditate, do whatever you need to do to stay grounded, and don't let everything else come over you. With that being said, let's jump right into November transits and what we can kind of expect to see. As I mentioned at the end of last month, Mercury transited into the sign of Scorpio on October 9th. This is going to be a really long transit for Mercury because, wait for it, yep, Mercury's going to go retrograde this month, end of the month. So it's going to be in Scorpio for a long time. It's going to be here from October 29th until January 4th of 2025. So get comfortable. Mercury is in Mars sign of Scorpio. Excuse me. And it will be retrograde. So Mercury will be retrograde from November 25th to December 15th. This transit of Mercury through Scorpio is a time when challenges can be faced with determination and perseverance. It can drive us to focus on our goals, intentions, and ambitions. We will need to watch the words used in communication, especially with this Mercury energy mixed with that Mars energy. Um, it's going to be important. Just step back. Don't speak out of anger. Wait till you've cooled down. Especially add to that the Mercury retrograde starting November 25th, when we already know we have to watch communication because there can be misunderstandings, there can be issues. This Mercury retrograde could also bring some volatility with the financial markets, so just don't make any rash investing decisions. And as always, the potential for travel delays and setbacks. So for those in the US, my friends in the US, that's right over our Thanksgiving. I know. And the stationery is really close to our Thanksgiving. So leave extra time. Don't get pissed when it takes you longer. There's likely to be some travel issues, some travel setbacks, some problems. So just be patient. That's going to be the best way to do it. Go with the flow. Um, Communication again. If you have questions, you're communicating with somebody, you're starting a new project, whatever it is, check for understanding. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Make sure you're all going to be working together. So just know, long transit, Mercury in Scorpio, October 29th to January 4th, 2025. And then we throw in that Mercury retrograde from November 25th to December 15th. November 1st, we have a new moon at 15 degrees of Libra in the lunar mansion of Swati. This new moon could indicate that individuals will be more persuasive in the way they speak and communicate. It can be a good idea to stop, wait, think, and take time to sleep on things for a couple days before making any decisions or taking action. November 3rd, we have two events happening. The first one on November 3rd is Venus and Jupiter will be in opposition to each other. So this is a time to really be sure you practice moderation. Can be prone to overindulging in food, drink, or spending. So just if you've been looking at a big purchase, not the energy to buy it under unless you have all the money saved and you've really thought about it and whatnot. But if it's an impulsive big buy, don't do it right now. Wait till this energy passes. Kind of just put that credit card away, put it in the freezer, tuck it in a drawer, put it away and save that time, sleep on it. And, as I always say, writing a list of pros and cons can be beneficial, but no impulse buys under this transit. That Jupiter-Venus opposition can also be a time of false optimism. So just be sure you, again, don't jump to any major decisions and really think through things. November 3rd, we're also going to have Pluto and Mars in exact opposition to each other. This can be a really hard combination. It can bring up violence or warlike activities. It's going to be an important time to choose your words wisely when communicating with others. And the perception at this time could be that, you are being more aggressive or confrontational with others. This opposition can create power struggles. So, as many know, the US elections are already kind of started in many states with early voting. Actual election day is November 5th, so could be more contentious. So, just keep that in mind. Don't let this energy drag you down. And I would say also, but also with this opposition of Pluto and Mars, it can indicate earthquakes. So don't be shocked if we see some earthquakes show up around that time. November 5th through 7th, Venus is going to be transiting through that pivotal tough point called the Gandanta. If you've been with me for a while, you've heard of Gandanta at various times throughout. There's 3 different Gandanta points, and this is the one that Venus is going to be transiting from the last degree of Scorpio into the first degree of Sagittarius. It's always a transformational point. Anytime a planet crosses through here, things can get a bit intense. They can feel overwhelming, can be a catalyst for change going through this point, as transformation is change. So there you go. And Venus isn't going to do as well through this point. And we may see some of Venus's positive attributes kind of be pulled down. Also, because Gandanta is it's going from a water sign to a fire sign, we can see major storms, both the literal sense, and the metaphorical sense as well. So stay grounded, try to avoid media to keep from getting emotionally riled up under this transit. And just know, again, it's November 5th to 7th, so election day. So just don't expect this to be easy breezy, smooth sailing. November 6th, Venus will enter Sagittarius, where it's going to transit until December 2nd. This will bring a much needed energetic shift for the positive. Venus in Sagittarius is usually optimistic, warm-hearted, and optimistic, but it can also bring this very expansive energy with it. November 12th, Saturn and Mercury are going to be squaring each other. This transit can trigger more pessimism, a little more excess worry. Some may become more rigid in their thinking, and that can create fear and negative energy. So be sure you don't get caught up on this. I mean, when I was little, my mom used to read me this story because I had a lot going on. And as a child, the story talked about the worry tree. So what I'm going to ask you to do this month is, and maybe you can use it whenever you have this problem, but put all your worries on that worry tree and allow it to handle the weight in order to lighten your shoulders and mind. Again, this was hugely helpful to me, and I still use it to this day. I also will say meditation or getting out and walking or sitting in nature are other beneficial practices. November 15th, the sun will make its annual transit into Scorpio. If you have been feeling tired, off balance, or unsure of yourself for the last month, this transit will help ease those feelings as the sun moves out of its weakest point of the zodiac, which is Libra. So we like when it goes into Scorpio. Sun in Scorpio is going to bring a stronger sense of self and vitality. You may feel empowered this month. I will say November 14th to 18th, Sun is going to be opposite Uranus, and that can bring a bit of a more nervous energy for those few days. So while the Sun going into Scorpio is good, that opposition to Uranus could be interesting. It could disrupt relationships unexpectedly. We may see more erratic behavior from authority figures or those in power. Just remember, Uranus is all about expecting the unexpected. So good time to lay low. Don't pick any fights, nothing like that. November 15th is shaping up to be a very busy day. As I said, Sun's going to make its transit into Scorpio. Also on November 15th, we have Saturn going to be finally turning direct. The effects of Saturn, a stationary Saturn, which is what happens before it turns direct or retrograde, but this time it's going direct. It's finally going to be not retrograde anymore, which is very exciting. But those effects can be felt 10 days before it's stationed, 10 days after it's stationed. So this can bring The stationary period can bring a bit of a feeling of off balance, especially if you have planets near that stationary degree, whether it be conjunction, opposition, square. It's going to be stationary at 18 degrees of Aquarius. Remember, I'm using sidereal calculations, but it's just going to be important to go with the flow. And then that good news is once Saturn starts moving forward, you're going to start to feel unstuck unless delays will finally begin to move forward in a positive way, especially for whatever matters Aquarius rules in terms of house for you. So if you're a Virgo, it's going to be your sixth house of work. For example, if you're Leo, it's going to be your seventh house of relationships, and so on and so on. November 15th, again, I told you it was a busy day. We have a full moon in Aries. It's a full moon at 29 degrees of Aries, which can bring kind of it very much a strong power and strength. You can find that you have more stamina than normal during this transit. It's a time where you can really bring endings and new beginnings. So just enjoy this energy to the fullest and be open to opportunities that come your way, even if they are dressed in overalls and look like work. And yes, I'm on a expression kick right now, as my clients know. November 18th, Jupiter and Mercury will be in opposition to each other. This will be the first of 3 times that Jupiter and Mercury will be in opposition because of Mercury's retrograde. And then Jupiter's also retrograde. So they're both retrograde, but they're still going to hit 3 times because of Mercury's retrograde, because Mercury moves faster. The other 2 times are going to be, so this first time, November 18th, the next time will be December 4th, and then December 26th. When we have planets that aspect each other 3 times because of retrogrades, the first time is kind of an event occurring. The second time is kind of the climax and figuring it out. And the third is the finale and the culmination and things coming together. So this aspect could shift focus or vision, which could lead you to choosing to change future plans or completely choosing a different path altogether. So just be mindful, keep that in mind. Under this Jupiter Mercury opposition those 3 times, try not to make rash decisions. I probably wouldn't make a final decision until after the 3rd time when you've had time to think. And then it can also bring a potential for violence. So try not to pick fights. November 30th / December 1st, depending on where you are in the world, more of the western side of the world, so like Hawaii, California, it'll be November 30th. The rest of the world, December 1st. We're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. Because it's right on that cusp, it's at like early hours, December 1st. This does get kind of considered as the second new moon in November, which can be very powerful energetically, can bring with it a newfound drive and determination, which can be used for positive activities. And there's this potential full moon to bring political upheaval or violent events around the world. So let's send positive energy out there, help prevent this from happening. In terms of your sign predictions, let's talk about those next for each of the 12 signs. As I always say, look at your ascendant and your moon. Look at both of those because that's going to give you more of a flavor. And remember, these are broad, high-level descriptions. So your unique chart could potentially throw some other stuff in there based on planets and what else is going on. So what dasha you're in, all sorts of things. So just know that. Aries, this can be a great time to make sure that your home has a positive flow of energy and that there's nothing that is stagnating that energy. It can be important to maintain your responsibilities to family, work, and any education you may be doing. There can be some tension around your home with arguments and disagreements. Step back and wait until tensions have calmed before having that conversation. Don't have it while mad, don't have it while heated. This is a good month to get your car checked out to avoid any expensive problems later and be cautious while driving. It can also be fun to add some new fun accessory to your home. Taurus, this can be a great time to start working out as your physical strength is going to be higher. Let your inner child out to play and enjoy the most of life. Use this as a time to express yourself through music, dance, writing, art, or athletics. And it's going to be important for you to stay calm during your communications. You can definitely be more feisty right now. So be the voice of calm and reason, but don't hog attention in situations. If you have siblings, this is not the time to pick fights with them. Just wait a while until you can have an adult conversation. For you, this can also be a great time to focus on selling and so for self-promotion. Easy for me to say. Gemini, you will be more direct this month, which will bring with it the need to watch what you say. Being more direct can be beneficial, don't get me wrong, but it can also get you in trouble if you don't take the time to think through what you're saying as well as who your audience is. It's a good month to take a short course to learn new information quickly. One of the things to keep in mind for you, Gemini, is you can be more impulsive with your spending this month, so be mindful and really work to stick to your budget. It's going to be important to take the time to sit down and enjoy your meals in order to avoid digestive upset. Cancer, you will have more ambition and energy to accomplish your goals and to tackle things on your to-do list that may have been hanging over your head. You're going to feel able to tackle tasks that had seemed overwhelming before. You have the ability to really complete unfinished projects more efficiently. Be sure to take advantage of this opportunity. I always like to say, use the planetary energy in your favor. While you are able to do things more quickly, this does come with the flip side. You can be more accident prone. So just be mindful and keep that in mind. Pace yourself. It's going to be really important to pace yourself because you don't want to get burned out this month. And it's really a time to watch your temper and take a breath before reacting on impulse. Count to 10, take the night to sleep on it. Any tool you have found to calm yourself, use that. Leo, make sure that you keep your home protected this month. Double check that all the doors are locked and windows are closed before leaving the house. It can be a good time to pay ahead on your credit cards and get in front of any potential debt, or just pay them off so you have no debt. Take the time to look over your finances and reassess your budget as needed. This is going to be especially important, Leo, if you have not checked in on your finances in a while. Your sleep can be more disturbed this month, leaving you waking up feeling more tired. Rest assured, this is a passing influence unless your natal chart says otherwise. And then also at the office, it can be really important that you don't share confidences with others because they may try to stab you in the back with the information you share. Virgo, this month may see your cash flow increase as opportunities present themselves to you. This is a great month to get out and socialize with your friends. Make the time to have fun and enjoy life. It's going to be important to watch your back, though, as there may be people who pretend to be your friend but do not have your best interest at heart. Really key, avoid any get-rich-quick schemes. Someone will get rich. It's not going to be you. So just keep that in mind. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And then don't loan any money to your friend unless you are okay never getting it repaid. It's not going to be a loan. It's going to be a gift. Libra, this is a good month to promote yourself. It may be making it known about the projects you've accomplished at work or a project you are working on. Take action this month. Don't overthink decisions, though, to the point of missing out on opportunities. It's going to be important to remember to respect your boss, and it can be a good month to consider your career path and what you see as the next steps. Make a plan and start implementing it. If you are considering asking for a promotion, Libra, be sure to gauge your employer's reactions before making demands. In fact, while it can be a good time, I probably wouldn't broach the subject right now personally. If they bring it up, different. But you can put that positive intention out there, but I wouldn't necessarily make demands this month. Scorpio, this can be a lucky month for you. You're going to feel more inspired, but at the same time, you may feel that you can't trust your inner knowing. It's going to be important to remember to trust your heart and your gut. And it's a month to break those links to anyone who is controlling you or trying to control you and tell you how to live your life. You may find that authority figures will come across as demanding your attention and respect, but just be aware their motivations may be unclear or hidden. Also, try not to get into fights with your boss or father this month because the outcome's not going to be in your favor. Sagittarius, support can come quickly this month, whether it be help from others or money. You may find that you have curiosity about a topic that's going to lead you to dig deeper and learn more. Your mind may be full of all these ideas and insights. Just be sure to keep a notepad nearby, write them down so they don't pass you by. And you're going to feel more worried and vulnerable this month potentially, but this will pass unless, of course, your natal chart says otherwise. So key for you, Sagittarius, is check in on your health, as you may find that health issues surface this month, and it's going to be good to catch them early. Because of this focus, it can be a great month to do a cleanse or a detox for your health, but always talk to your doctor and get their insight as well. Capricorn, passion will be higher between you and your partner during this month, whether marriage or business. Be mindful that if it feels like your partner is attacking your character, that you let them release that steam because they're probably projecting anger at others on you because you are the safe space. It's going to be important for you to remain calm, cool, and collected to allow for a favorable outcome for you. Focus on projects that can be completed quickly this month, and just make sure to pay extra attention to the detail of contracts and agreements that you are signing this month. Aquarius, take the initiative to get to improve yourself and your skills. There can be more attention and aggression at work, which could leave you feeling unsettled, uncomfortable. This can, though, be a really good month to begin that exercise regime that you've been talking about, and will also help then doing that to release any tension building up within you. You may be more prone to overheating or getting sick with things like fever or just heat in general. So just be mindful, put your health first. And then you could find that health problems with pets may be more costly this month. Pisces, make time to have fun this month. It can be playing with your kids, getting out and doing something fun, or getting together with your friends. You may find for you that inspiration comes from unexpected places or even completely out of the blue. You can find that you have this clear vision during this period, so take advantage of that. And this is really a month to show your passion. However, flip side, don't make any rash decisions, which you shouldn't be making this month anyways, based if you listen to the first part. Take the time, cool down, and sleep on them. Otherwise, you could come to regret the decision. That is your November 2024 insights and sign predictions. As always, I've put the link to sign up for the newsletter below if you want that. I've also put a link to book a consultation with me if you've never had one or you're curious about what it means for you. The link is below this video. If you want to like and follow, I always love having more followers. So just like and follow, share, links below, and I will see everybody in December for the December 2024 insights. So come on back in December and I will see everybody then.